ドイツ連邦移住難民庁のハルトマン・フェリックス様からご発表いただきます。ハルトマン様は、ドイツ連邦移住難民庁において、オリエンテーションコースの責任者を務められています。本日は、ドイツにおけるオリエンテーションコースについてご発表いただきます。それでは、ハルトマン様、よろしくお願いいたします。
Can you see the presentation now? Okay, so thank you very much for the opportunity to speak here. My name is Felix Hartmann. I'm working with the German Federal Office for Migration and Refugees. I'm working there in the section matters related to linguistic and political education. And I'm asked to talk to you today about orientation courses in the German integration course system. And before I go into the orientation course system, I would like to give you an overview about our language and integration program. Here you can see that both the most important programs we have. It's the integration course and the vocational language courses. The integration course, you can say, is like a beginner's course. You can start with it without any knowledge of German language or Germany as a country. And its goal is integration into society. And on the other hand, we have vocational language courses, which are aiming at persons who are unemployed in Germany due to their lack of language skills in German. So here the goal is more integration into the labor market. There are very different kinds of varieties of these courses, and we have also additional courses, but I will focus on the standard course here. The integration course is split into two parts. Every course in Germany is structured in so-called lecture units, which I have abbreviated in the German UE here. They are 45 minutes. So an integration course has a standard course has 700 units and takes about half a year. And it's split into the language course, which is the first part with 600 units. And it's language training, and it ends with a language test. And then, after that comes the orientation course, which I will speak more about later, with 100 units. And this is more about knowledge about the German state and the German society. I want also to mention there are many special types of courses. So, for example, we have intensive courses for people who learn fast. We have also courses for people who cannot read and write and have to learn this also in the course. So this to the integration course. The vocational language courses are also split in different types. General courses normally have 400 units and aim at a specific level of language skill. And there are special courses. I have, as an example here, courses for medical doctors who would like to work as a doctor in a German hospital or something like that, so they can attend these courses. So when I'm talking about orientation courses, keep in mind, it's the second part of the integration course, and the integration course aims at integration into society. To give you an insight about the size of our program, I have some numbers here. You can see the numbers of participants in the courses in thousands. So we can start with 2015. There were no vocational language courses. There were only integration courses. The yellow column shows them. Then we had 180,000 participants. Then you can see the impact of the Syria crisis when many refugees came to Germany. and the numbers rose to 340,000 in the integration courses, and the vocational language courses started. You can also later see the impact of the pandemic, and now you can also see already the effect of the Russian invasion in Ukraine, where the numbers of the integration course participants tripled from 2021 to 22, from about 100,000 to 300,000 in November last year. So it's a quite big program. I want also to explain how we manage the system. The German Federal Office for Migration and Refugees is abbreviated BAMF here. So I have BAMF in the middle, and we have to interact with different stakeholders or institutions. Here, I would like to start with the language schools. We do not give the courses directly. We cooperate with language schools, which are mostly private or run by local municipalities or NGOs, and institutions which would like to give integration courses can apply for it, and we check if they fit the standards and give them permission to teach integration courses for a period of time. The same system or a similar system we use for the teachers. Teachers can apply for permission to teach in an integration course and also in vocational language courses. And we check, they send in their qualifications, and we check them and approve them for lifetime when they fit the requirements. We have also to interact with experts and institutions about curricula, course concepts, and tests. And we have also contact with book publishers. There is no single book used for the integration courses or the orientation courses and language courses in Germany. We have a list of books which are allowed to use as course books, and to get a book onto the list, the book publishers have to send in their new book, and we check if it fits our expectations. And then depending on this, we put it on the list. And then teachers and schools can decide which book is the best for them and take one book from the list. We have also cooperation with test institutes, which are doing the language tests for us. And I wanted also to mention that we have a system of consultation offices for migrants in Germany, which is supported by the BAMF, where migrants can go and ask questions about daily life problems like finding a course, finding a place to live, health issues, care for children, and so on. So this is how we manage the system. I want now to go to the integration course. Before I talk to you about the orientation course, I would like to mention something about the language course, because I think many aspects you would expect in an orientation course, you already find in the language course. This is because we understand the German language taught in the courses as German as a second language, not as a foreign language. So every exercise should be based on communication situations of daily life in Germany. For this, we have a frame curriculum, which I have depicted here, which bases on a research done on the question, what are the communication situations in which migrants in Germany need the German language the most. So, and the result of this research gave us 11 topics or communication situations. And now we demand that every language book uses these communication situations for exercises and dialogues and texts and so on. So I go through these topics briefly. You have public authorities. I think you can imagine when you go to a new country to live there, communicating with local authorities, maybe one of the first issues you have with the local language. Then we have work and searching work. If you want to have a better job, maybe also vocational training with banks and assurances. Then when you have children, we have topic living with children, nursery schools and schools. So all matters related to children. Then we have shopping. I think you can imagine when you go in Germany to a shop, you might have to speak with the vendor in German or read some text in German. We have here healthcare, going to hospitals, to doctors. We have media usage, mobility, and housing. So when you open a course book for the language course, you will find every text related to one of these topics. And you can, for example, imagine a course training to the language to make an appointment. They could play the role of someone who wants to go to the doctor and calling the doctor. One participant takes the role of the patient calling, and another participant takes the role of the doctor's office receiving the call, and they make the appointment and discuss maybe the issue which causes the need for a doctor. And the idea behind this is that at the end of the language course, the participants of the course already are able to speak about their daily life issues or experiences. They can exchange them experiences, and they can they have already got many ideas and concepts about cultural aspects of living together. So the orientation course coming after the language course is more about politics and society, and language course covers already basics like the daily life. For example, also housing, what we have seen in Korea, garbage management, I would expect also to be in this topic. So I come now to the orientation course, which comes after the language course. Here I have a list of main goals for the orientation course, which are split a little bit into knowledge, attitude, and competences. First, I have here understanding the German political system. We hope that with it comes a positive attitude towards the German state. And this is because you get knowledge of your rights and responsibilities as inhabitants or citizen of Germany. So if you understand the positive aspects of democracy and social state and so on, you may gain a better or positive attitude towards the state. Also, goals are to gain abilities to find more information and to the ability to participate in social life. So the participants should be more independent after the course. They should be able to get information without their teacher, and they should be empowered to integrate into society by their own. Also, a goal is, of course, intercultural competence, so a certain sensitivity about cultural differences. The courses are structured, here's the curriculum, into 3 modules. I would like to put ahead that the teachers have the liberty to set their own focus. So if teachers see a course is already very well informed in some aspect, everybody knows the matters already, they can be a little bit faster or skip a topic. And when they see there is a problem, there's need for discussion, there are many questions, they can stay longer on one topic. Also, they are free to take the participants out for a study trip. They can leave the classroom and maybe go to a local museum or parliament building or city hall, or meet a politician or something to get some insights from outside. So this ahead, I want to present you the structure here. The first module is politics in a democracy. So starting with the constitution, we have fundamental rights, functions of state, responsibilities of citizens, constitutional bodies and political parties, but also participation in society and politics. Sorry. Then we have the second module. It's called History and Responsibility. So to understand the modern German state and culture, I think it's important to know about the crimes of National Socialism, about the Holocaust, and all the consequences of the Second World War, and so on. You have also to know about the division between a communist East and a free West until 1990, when the reunion was, and also the ongoing European integration. Then we have module 3, which is people and society, and here there should be more discussion about living or life in the German society. And we have topics here like families and ways of living together, the role of men and women, education, tolerance in society, and religious diversity. At the end of the orientation course comes a test, like I told you. The test is called Living in Germany, and it's a very easy multiple choice test. The test is identical with the naturalization test. So when you apply for German citizenship, you have to do the same test. But it's not that you, at the end of the orientation course, you do not apply for citizenship, but it's on the same test. So to pass the orientation course, you have to give out of 33 questions, 15 correct answers, and to pass the naturalization test, 17. So it's quite easy. In the case you have already have given 17 correct answers at the end of the orientation course, you don't have to redo the test when you later apply for citizenship. The questions are randomly chosen out of a bigger catalog, and 3 of them are specific about the area where you live in. And it's a very easy test. The questions are published in the internet, so it's easy to prepare. And it's no wonder that the passing rate is, like intended, very high. It's normally above 90%. So this was a short overview about our integration course system, and especially about our orientation course. I hope you got some insight, and I thank you for your attention.